This morning, we're launching a new series. It's called The Price You Pay, and it looks at who's getting rich in this country while so many Americans fall behind. And we're starting with the price of college, a cost that's supposed to be an investment. By 2020, an estimated 65% of jobs are expected to require at least some college training, but that training has never been more expensive, with the average cost of attending a public college up tenfold since 1965. We wanted to find out why. There was a time when college was a pretty bare bones experience. But these days?
Wow, there it is. Lifeguards and everything.
Students at Louisiana State University can now enjoy a 500-foot lazy river that spells out LSU.
Hey, lifeguard, are you a student here too?
Yes, sir.
So you're paying for this? You're paying for the lazy river?
Yes, I pay for this. It's in my fees.
Lavish perks are now common at major colleges, part of a national arms race in amenities, from fancier dorms to gourmet food to rec centers that resemble water parks. Economists tell us it's all evidence of a broken system. As states have cut funding for higher education, few universities have cut their ambition. Instead, they're competing to expand enrollment and recruit more out-of-state and international students who typically pay much more for the same education. And as a result,
At big state universities all over the country, it can get harder and harder to actually find students who are from the state, including here at Penn State. Hey, sorry to bother you, I got a quick question. Raise your hand if you're from Pennsylvania. One guy? Where are you from?
California.
California? Where are you guys from? China.
Long Island.
Houston, Texas.
I'm from Los Angeles.
I'm an international student
Really?
from Rome.
so what are colleges doing with all your extra money? Some of it goes to teaching, of course, but most does not. At LSU, while students enjoy the new lazy river, some of the academic facilities are showing their age.
So the library is the focal point of the quad, but would you say it's the focal point of school funding?
Absolutely not. I think, if anything, it's kind of been neglected by school funding.
LSU senior Catherine McKinney took us on a tour of what she says are her school's questionable priorities. At the library, we saw some of the building literally falling apart.
The tuition and fees have doubled in a decade.
Correct.
And the library has water in the basement and rugs from another generation.
Right.
But you have a lazy river.
But we have a lazy river, so maybe I should just go relax.
Louisiana State and Penn State declined our request for an interview.
Because it empowers you.
But the president of another major public university did agree to talk about why college has become so expensive.
What makes this topic so difficult?
Because there are no good answers and no good solutions right now.
Renu Couture is the president and chancellor of the University of Houston, where tuition and fees are more than 5 times higher than they were just a couple decades ago. She's also one of the highest paid university presidents in the country, a group whose salaries have grown along with the cost of attendance.
Why couldn't you leave the classrooms a little bit old and keep the services a little bit scaled back and just keep tuition and fees and room and board down?
Well, I'm glad you aren't a university president, because you want to come to a facility, you want to come to a place which feels cared for.
I'm great. As long as university presidents continue to be as ambitious as you've been, students around the country and here are going to walk out with a degree and an experience, but a boatload of debt, a record amount. So how does that cycle break? Doesn't it break by someone like yourself saying, no more, I'm not going to do it?
You are telling me, don't be ambitious for the sake of your students. Don't be ambitious about them graduating. Don't be ambitious about them learning. Why am I university president then? I am debt focused on student success. We look at holistically what students need and what more we can do for them, because at the end of the day, we need more graduates, more college graduates.
And Chancellor Couture was courageous enough to sit down with us. A longer interview with her is going to be on our website. And we want to underscore that this is not an issue that is unique to LSU or Penn State or the University of Houston, for that matter. LSU, by the way, claims that every project on campus, including the lazy river, which they call a leisure river, supports the educational environment. And all the schools we spoke with
blamed state funding cuts for causing higher tuition and fees, and they argued they are no more expensive than their peers. But that is true, but also part of the problem. It's the competition between these schools for the full tuition-paying students that's leading to these fancier amenities, focus on reputation, enrollment, and prestige, not affordability.
I appreciate the university president sitting down with you and speaking so candidly.
Yeah.
Yes, but I
give it to her for
I mean,
that.
if you've paid 3 college tuitions,
Yes.
and in our family we have,
Right.
you want affordability, and there is very little attention at the schools being given to it.
No, very little. And her salary, she's done wonderful things for the university. At the same time, none of her salary is tied to affordability.
Yeah.
And until that changes, college presidents and college boards are going to ramp up cost, and parents are going to pay the bill.
That said, too, it's also hard, guys, looking at a gorgeous, lazy river, as pretty as it is, and then go to the library and see that looks
Tiles
kind of a
falling from the
mess.
ceiling.
Where you spend most of your time, by the way.